Hey kids, your Guitar Sage here. Today we're going to learn how to play Heroine by Boys Like Girls. I'm going to start off by playing this lick and then going into some of the chords. I'm looking at my chart here that I've got on my screen. So any of the information I'm talking about today here, if you get confused, check out some of my other videos, and also check out yourguitarsage.com, where I've got an ebook that'll help you with all these techniques. Okay, and also if you want to get a hold of this chart, I chart a lot of tunes as I'm a guitar teacher here in Nashville, and so I'm constantly charting tunes, and if you would like to get a hold of this, check out yourguitarsage.com. Alright, so here we go. To start this off, we're going to do, I'll explain it all, but I'm going to play a little bit first. So here's the intro lick. Pretty simple, but basically what I'm doing here is I'm taking my second finger, my middle finger, putting it on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, so from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 3rd string, and I'm picking 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1. Okay. And the picking pattern you want to do is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Really important because of your economy of movement. You don't want to go, you're going to have to move twice as fast if you're doing down, all downs, right? You're down here, you're coming up, so it's half the movement than if I'm going, move twice as fast. So don't get in the habit of doing that. It's a bad habit. Okay, let's talk about the chords. What I do for this is I do like talk about the rhythm, and we'll talk about the chords in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and play this part here. So it goes. So this is the verse. C, pre-chorus. I'll explain it in a minute. And the chorus. 2 measures of F, a C, a G, We'll break this down into verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and bridge. Okay. There is also a fade, but really it's just hanging on the F chord. Okay. So here are the chords. For the verse, measure of C, measure of G, and 2 measures of F. I'm sorry. A measure of C, a measure of G, a measure of E minor, and a measure of F. Since this song is in 4, there's 4 beats per measure. So to start off, if you don't get this strumming rhythm, go 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now you could count it twice as fast and have 2 measures for each one of these, like 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is actually the more correct way to do it. I charted it like this for some reason. I'm sure I had a reason. Probably it looked simpler on paper. So, so if you do get this chart at yourguitarsage.com, check, be counting in 4 like that. Okay. Now the pre-chorus is got a split measure of G, A minor, and then a full measure of F, and then you repeat that again. Now the only caveat to that is that the split measure, the G, A minor, has a push in it. Okay? A push is when, if we didn't do a push, it would sound like this during the chorus. It would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, instead, you know that doesn't sound right because that A minor kind of hiccups a little bit earlier. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so it pushes into it a little bit earlier. That's what we call a push. And if you're counting it faster, it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So it'd be on the and of 4 if we were doing that, that 8 beats per measure type of thing. Okay, here we go. So that's a pre-chorus. Chorus is real easy. 1 measure of C, 1 measure of G, 2 of F. 2 measures of F, and then just repeats. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You may notice how I'm doing my F here. I just grab a regular straight up F bar chord, but I forego this string and bar this down here. It's a little bit easier and it's a nicer transition from your F. You're not having to do some big fat like that, you know. You just kind of do that. Alright, so let's talk about the bridge. The bridge is A minor for a measure, C for a measure, F for a measure, G for a measure, and then it repeats it with the exception of the last measure. A minor for a measure, C for a measure, and this time 2 measures of F. Okay? The rhythm structure that I'm doing on this song is pretty common for rock, blues, country, that sort of thing. And it's 1, 2, and 4 and. Okay? If you've studied if you've purchased the ebook, this is the last rhythm that you study on there. And it's the one that's most used in pop music, this being considered pop music. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and 4 and. So I'll play it fast for you here and then slow it down so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm doing 1, 2, and 4 and 1, 2, and 4 and 1, 2, and 4 and 1, 2, and 4. Okay, really important that on that and you come back around and then come up for the next and. You don't want to do this. You don't want to go 1, 2, and 4 and. Okay, you can be all screwed up. So don't do that. If you have a problem with these rhythms, look at my other videos. Most of you are going to get it right away, but if you're a real newbie, you might have some problems with this. Okay, so not a problem though. You can get through it. Okay, and that's the basic rhythm for the whole tune. So we're going to go. Okay, now the only difference is that you want to be counting this. The way I have this chart, I really should have rewritten it, but it is the way it is, and for time's sake here, that's what you're getting. Okay, so. For instance, with that C chord, you would count that twice. Or for each one of these full measures, you would count that twice. You would go 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4. And that would be considered really one measure. Okay? So other than that, this is all pretty accurate here. And the end of the song fades out with some Fs. Just F diamond chords. A diamond is when you hit a chord and you just hold it. Okay? Alright, so hopefully you guys have learned something here. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I'm adding new videos every day. And keep practicing. If you haven't already, hit yourguitarsage.com and check out that ebook. There's a lot of information that I've packed in there. None of the stuff you don't need, but all the stuff you do need. It's about 33 pages or so, something like that, and you'll get it delivered to you immediately. So, alright kids, keep practicing. Talk to you later.